Absorbent. You ready? Did you just go live, honey?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot to hit the button. Sorry about that.
Honey, you have no reason. Did you just go live, honey?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot to hit the button.
You're fine.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Everybody that comes in here, I'm letting you guys know. This is Angela's channel, not any of yours. And here we are doing this again. Maria, I have been very good friends with you for a long time. I have told you things. I have been there for you. I didn't even talk to your sister, who it seems may know something about this. I don't know. You guys aren't even caring, and you guys are friends with a person that has threatened all of us physically, curb stomping, glass chomping, everything. You guys literally are breaking so many laws. It is unreal. And with Amzi, who Clint and his mother hang out with, because Clint, you're a liar. And everything that you're doing and have done, in my opinion, just for me, where you're hanging out with and what you did and what you told Brenda to do, it's enough. Brenda, you have also been asked, so I'm just going to leave it at this. You have probably been the most violating, because you were talking to other people when I was telling you very intimate details of my life. I asked you to please stop because you were slandering me, and I have every right to send something to you. And you are a housewife. You have a husband that I really respect and stood up for you when Jules put that thing up of the grinder, which we all know, Clint. So this is how simple-minded Brenda is. She doubles down. This is a housewife that I thought was an amazing woman at 62, but I guess since a lot of people in their 60s give no craps about what laws they could break, because they get so consumed with hate because they hate me so much. Got it. And guess what shows how I'm growing is that I'm still up here. I'm not faltering about anything, nor have I lied about anything. And I see you guys starting the same pattern with Angela. And I don't care. Me hanging out with Angela is a way better look than any of you. Look at how many it took of you. And remind you, it's Amy who's been in prison. And now you guys are like, oh, we'll forget your past. Amy, I'm sorry. I mean, you packing and leaving, there's definitely a reason that you do that. I mean, you've only done that 350 times, and God knows how many people's relatives have you gotten cell phones through. This is all stuff that can be shown and proof. You're only running because of who you are and what your past represents. And the fact that Clinton, his mom, has something to do with this reflects very, very deeply about my safety, because Clint, I have been around you, pretty much a lot of you. I've told you guys things. So you all have some nerve. Brenda, I'm sorry. You wrote me today. You did. And I have a screenshot of it. I'm sorry. I had to take that as evidence because I have that right to do that, because I asked you last night to stop. And then you wrote me again. And then you said, my man. And you said that my man, meaning Clint, the guy that you went up on Jules's panel, you said that he liked other guys. And I told you guys, that's the only reason you guys are using Clint. Except Clint, I guess, was using you because he'll suck the life out of you. I still thought last night that he loved me, even when he kept going over and subliminally on TikTok. And of course, Amzi would know because she's been in prison. As you guys heard her say 2 days ago, as she's always said, I've gotten better since my domestic violence charge, and I'm completely rehabilitated. And let's put sunglasses on, Clint, inside, because that doesn't make it look like at all that maybe a cooch who openly says what she does, or any of you. Obviously, we've all seen what you guys blindly see because you guys want to hurt people. And some of you are relatives. And in my opinion, per the police officer that you guys keep calling and calling and calling, that is malicious calls, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm seeing this happen with Angela as well, who came into this. We're all sinners. We're just the selective ones for your guys' content. Jules, really? But you understand how violent and I feel. Code and Terry were talking. Get over it. I need to take a break. I mean, I could be better in one day, but it could be a month. Oh, one day meaning last night when you made your miraculous recovery. Jules, I also feel like I am going to have to, because legally, there's a lot of things that you're not telling the truth about. Big surprise. Maybe you are completely normal. I mean, you keep talking about, oh my phone. Uh, really? So now you're friends with Brenda, who's mad about the grinder, which is what you guys tie to Clint. Kelly Green, who is definitely one of the worst of the worst. Oh gosh, if you guys knew legally. As she says, don't talk to my kids, don't talk to my kids.
Jen, let's not say first or last names, okay?
No, she's all big on that. Her name is Kelly. I would never dox her while she continues. I mean, oh my gosh, she was probably the worst about Clint. So I don't think Kelly has any type of pull. What Kelly wants is money. That's all she wants. She sits and judges my children. I'm not online squawking all night. They don't even try to hide what they do. And Clint is okay with that. And that's fine. Let them trash him. But it makes him look bad. I'm not breaking any laws. What they try to do is they try to suck the life out of you. Even the ones that you truly thought were in love with you. And when I realized after Brenda, and I saw, and she made a comment about Clint deeming him what everybody says, I was like, so Clint, why were you talking to her behind my back? Brenda, you are 62 years old. Your husband told you he did not want you modding anymore. I know your husband. So I know that your husband would not be happy knowing what you're doing right now. And I'm telling you, Brenda, if you do not leave me and or Angela or Mikey alone after what you sent about Clint, then I may have to look into some things because you did sideways threaten me in that text, Brenda. So stop it. Whoever's trying to make you a Billy Badass, I think maybe you need to go back to your crafting and your stub toe and whine about that for another year. Do not text or get into any contact with me. I've already asked you that. And that is exactly what I've been told. And I tell you guys, when the police say they know about what's up, you guys keep doing it again. What does this say for you guys? I don't win. All I wanted out of anything last night was what I thought. I thought that Clint loved me. I was like, I thought he would finally be a man. There was nothing that was keeping him back. I had been telling him. And every time we wanted to do things on our own, we had to deal with somebody else who I guess, I, wow, I was always told that they were proud of me. That's what she said. She was proud of me. She said, wow, with everything that you've gone through, I'm really proud of you for not turning out like, well, an Amzie who was in prison, or maybe one of Clint's wives, who I found out was twice in prison. And he essentially did more for them. And it looks like that's the type of people that he's allowed to hang out with, because this still keeps going on. And the cops have said Clint has nothing that's holding him back. So the more that this keeps going on, the more he is really, really hurting me. And for somebody that I thought I could stand at the edge of a cliff, knowing that all of these women would plow into me, I trusted that he never would, that he would pull me back and probably go for himself. And he didn't. And it's a lie. I don't want to be friends with a I don't want to be friends with somebody in prison. And Clint does, and his family does. And that is unsafe. And Clint, you knew about all this. You were talking to everything about me to everybody. So you really didn't do many favors coming over to TikTok, because you knew that John Walsh's arch nemesis, because I think, Amy, I think that even John Walsh wouldn't want to cover you. You're frightening. Now it makes sense that you went to prison. I've seen your tattoos. I thought red ink pens were supposed to be for writing, Angela. They're tattoos. Leave Angela alone. You guys are just going after her because she's new. You guys loved her to mod when she came here. Then she started, all she did was come here, and she's pretty. You guys have doxed her. You guys know every bit of her information. You saw that on that lopsided egghead dude's channel over there. There's some merit to what's been said about him, because I haven't said anything bad about him. But when you see Jules anywhere, your reputation doesn't precede you. Because what he's doing is essentially what I'm doing that's legal. I have the means, because I have helped my mother in the past do background checks, because my mom lived in the building. So obviously the first thing that I'm going to do, and agreeing to do that because it is legal. You guys have went over everything. The things that you guys are doing now to prove me that what you guys are doing is illegal. And I actually have found out that all of you, including Clint, you've been doing this the whole time. So I don't even know. I've asked him. I have texts every time. And every time the cop came, and that's why the cop got mad at him when D called, because he said, you need to stop with the FM recordings. And the cop had every reason to be mad. And D called because she was truly, from what I heard, she was truly about the videos, as she should. Clint does this. So it's okay for Jules to throw a pity party, right? Because her phone number was given out. Well, I heard the comments yesterday, Jules, and I like them, and you don't like them. And there's something wrong with you. You're 53 to cover somebody every single damn day, and you're to the point now you're just physically threatening people. So you say that I don't have a fight and whatever to get protection from you? I absolutely do. I can pull paperwork. I would never use it against people the way that you guys do. Jules, you're never going to tell the truth about your life, but what you've done is illegal. The first time when I asked you to leave me alone, you should have just left me alone. Was I perfect? No. We're all sinners. But I think me and Angela and the trustworthy people that are not any of your businesses to speculate away. I don't care. Because again, right now you love this. Amy, I know that you have an OnlyFans. If there is anything down in that OnlyFans, because you literally like have broken every single law in the world. Like anybody affiliated with you and what I have proof of legally, I'm missing some things, intimate things. If because I know there are things of me that are being distributed. And with one person, I don't care. With you, Amy, you won't leave me alone. And the fact that you're showing that you're moving again with the proof of what I have, leave Angela alone. When this woman tells me that she is genuinely frightened for her life, I would understand that. Clint was with me. I had to give out the license plate number, Clint. Remember that? Yes. I gave that out yesterday to a person because it was a weapon. I spoke to a federal judge whose name I'm not going to mention, who helped me identify it. And Clint, you called the cops. So obviously there was a run report and you knew. So you're hanging out with Amy, who is a not a Amy, you're dangerous. You really are. And the people that are in there supporting that, including Clint and his family, only shows me, Clint, that I am scared of you too. So this narrative that you're pulling, I know what's going on. You once again got yourself into some trouble and you're expecting for this just to disappear. And what hurt me the most is you enjoyed watching all of this. There was nothing legally binding you. If you go to work and you're driving and you're doing TikToks, you're still going with a narrative that wasn't even true, Clint. And you're hurting people. You're hurting me and my family. And I know that you've been talking to my other family members behind my back as well. I don't want anything to do with you, Clint. That's it. So you need to stop doing this cloudy stuff that you've always done because we both know that we know why you get away with everything. I lived with you. I asked you many, many times, do you want me to leave? Law enforcement asked you many of times, do you want her to leave? Remember the night that I went to go see my mother? And you did lie to my mom. And that's okay. I know that my mom's a good person. I know that she's in heaven. That's what gave me the strength to be able to do this because you guys are not going to keep doing what you're doing. Hold on, Angela. I have to light a cigarette. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just listening.
Okay, but you're not like rattled or anything?
Oh,
Am I saying anything that's triggering to you, or is it making some sense, or are you happy that I'm addressing all of this?
well, you definitely have the right to address it. I'm just not ready to speak to anyone yet, so that's why I'm just
Okay,
maybe.
so you feel comfortable with me being your friend in the same state where I know what the laws are as these women. Do you feel scared of anybody in the internet? And don't lie.
I don't want to talk about any of that stuff.
Okay, mute
I'm not
out.
going to discuss it.
Okay, mute it. I know this woman. Britters, you knew this woman. And I know you, Brittany. And you physically threatened me. And you doxed Maria. And I'm not giving Maria the proof. But Maria knows. And being doxed, you can do something legally about that, because what you did, Brittany, even though I can't stand Maria, because I think Maria is absolutely as batshit crazy as everybody says. I mean, look at her. The windows didn't BB gun themselves, Maria. So maybe your neighbors may know. I don't know. I don't care. I knew Maria doesn't care about anybody but herself. And I've talked to Maria a lot more extensively than any of you know, because you guys do know. But I'm really not talking to her, because she talked to Mike. Mike took pictures, everything with the narrative of Clint. So Clint also likes Maria now, even though Maria, like, do you guys see what I'm saying? That's why I guess he told me to get the orders. So which scenario is it, Clint? Because you keep doubling down. So you sent Brenda, and I know you were talking to her because you told me that, and you've pretty much did a lot of talking even with my own family members, and I don't appreciate that, because there are a lot of things I could have called your mom about. But Clint, I'm not 14 years old, and I told you, and I told your mom, I told you the day before that your mom triggered me. And I think that one text, the other text that I have, she can be very threatening and has directly threatened me. I have that. And if she's mad at anybody, she should be mad at Clint, because her, directing my phone and everything in order to come up here and be able to use anything, because Clint has given my personal information out. And Clint, by the way, I think Amzi did, because I remembered last year she had told me that she was using my name as a reference. So, like I said, when I got that call from Lima, Clint, and I don't have to prove that, I did. Well, you didn't know, because maybe your new girlfriend, the prisoner. I'm kind of surprised with it. I keep replaying that day, and I don't want to think about the month or anything like that, but I feel very stupid. I have a beautiful child, and she's been helping me more, and not even being around this, because I don't want my daughter to hear any of this. I mean, you have no idea. I mean, she's only a child. Brenda, didn't you say how much you liked her and sent things for her? For some reason, I just wouldn't give any of it to her. And now I know why. You were doing really bad things to her mom, as you were telling her how much you loved her. What a hypocrite you are. And now you're breaking laws because of people that you're hanging out with. I told you to leave me alone. I asked you. I said last night, I set my healthy boundaries with you, ma'am. You are 62. What is it with these Christian people, man? But that's okay. Clint, you gave me the starting point for what you always said, that you were trying to find God like 74 times. Didn't you get a dispensary link? Do I need to say more, Clint? Because that's what you've tried to do to me. If you can talk to Amzi, who's been in prison, and your mom's okay with that, and I know information about ex-wives. So basically, your mom just didn't like me because I I can't be like her, Clint. I'm sorry, I can't. There were so many times I didn't think it was okay, and I told her. And what I didn't understand is there's a lot of things that I guess I think that are okay, and they're not. You get overwhelmed when you have hundreds and hundreds of people, but then you get not so scared, and you just think, well, it's life. That's how it is. But then when you look at things like the law, like if you go into a government building and you vote and you show proof that you can vote, Amy, I don't think you've voted a day in your life. In fact, I think there may be wanted posters. I don't know. I just know that there was a lot of flagging. And it was really weird that she went from the most hated. And once again, Clint hurt me. I don't have respect for any of you. I have more to offer. And none of you have any right to deem me or tell me I'm something, because I could do the same thing right back to you and break walls. And I have no interest in doing that. I feel as what you guys could have done was could have handled it gracefully. Now, Clint, I don't know you. And I told you that. I shouldn't have reached out to you. You have proven to me you I've wasted 3 years, Angela. 3 years for somebody that I thought would protect me. And he did, but I guess all of it was fake because he's godly too. Right. So you keep talking about this stupid car, Clint. So you were told because X, Y, and Z. Well, here's the thing. Since you trashed my vehicle and I have proof of it, I have that right to speak to you, which you're allowing other people, and you can drive and go places and go to certain places, Clint, which you put yourself as a caregiver. So that once again, I should have known you were lying. And your mom put me on something for Hamilton County. I wasn't, your mom kept saying, remember, you have to leave, 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 you have to leave. Okay, I get that, lady. You hang out with Amzi. Run with that theory. Just stop talking about God and stop going up on panels doing that cry stuff, because now I understand it. And through your text, ma'am, everything that you've said is not true. And you are slandering me, and you do scare me and trigger me. And Clint knows that. And you do the same thing to him as well. So go ahead, have a party today, do whatever. That's fine. Trissa, you have restraining orders against you. I think that itself would paint a narrative that maybe if somebody would possibly need to feel, because I mean, you've triggered me a lot, for real. I mean, clips for days. I've recorded you when you were online saying horrible things about me. So I'm just letting you know. So I think maybe because I know you're one of the mass callers and stuff like that, that you need to understand that that's illegal. The things that come out of your mouth, that's slander, and you double down. So I don't know what's going to happen with you, Teresa. I would have never mentioned you if you wouldn't have talked about me, because Teresa, I'm sorry. There are some people that just are not, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, I just never cared about you. You don't bring anything to the table. All I've ever heard about you is your opposer, that you knew John Yates. I mean, I would never look at you and say, oh, she's a channel creator. You're not. You're not. You're just making money off of, like, who else has got channels? Breezy Girl, Zeus, Zeus with ducks. Zeus. I would never talk about intimate details of your life, sir, because I wouldn't want to slander you like that. But I do know that you, sir, have a very bad habit of speaking the way you do to people. So please, Zeus, I've asked you to please leave me alone, and I won't mention you the way that Jules slams you. So you have no reason to say anything bad against me unless the power of Maria, who's sitting over there, friends with Amy. Maria. So respectfully, just leave Angela and I alone. I have mods. They'll block every single one of you out. And because of you, Clint, you bought me this laptop. So you can have it back. I mean, it's so completely damaged. You knew my social security number. A lot of things I gave out on my own. And that's probably up in the go. But Clint, I'm asking you to please stop it because honestly, this all really goes back to you and your mom. I mean, Amy, people should have already gotten orders against her. And after me telling you all that she's served time in prison, that should have gave you guys a clue and you didn't care. I thought children are supposed to be innocent. None of this is legal that's going on. So it's really funny. Brenda says, I'm going to go talk to my lawyer. Go talk to your lawyer, please. If you feel like I've deemed you some sort of way, well, it deems me some sort of way knowing you were talking with Clint. Clint, you have literally cheated on me with everybody in your life. So why are you mad about the TikTok stuff? And then instead of just telling the truth, which you've always done with me, since I'm clearly such a POS, because I'm not going to go into all the things you say to me. And why would you try to go over to my TikTok? And why are you even doing that anyway? This is not Dr. Seuss, Clint. You do whatever you want to do. I mean, you've literally lied and slandered me. You've taken pretty much all of my identity, all because of clout, not because you cared about me or what was best for me. You never loved me or cared about me. And when I left, it furthermore shows me that you lied to the police. You've lied to your mother. There's other things I can say, but I'm not you. I can grab my keys and walk outside. My mother never, well, Clint, you know. Um, as for the car, Clint, actually what the situation is one, you've damaged Clint's vehicle and you know that he wasn't happy about that. So I would suggest not lie about that, please. You pretty much made it evident that I cannot serve you now, but you're still running with the narrative that you're a victim. And I don't know. I guess he likes the convict lady's letter. Maybe I shouldn't have addressed Tracy and said the horrible things that I said because it seems that's what and who Clint wants to be with. So everything that you said to me, Clint, and the whole gynecologist thing, Clint, that's not legal. And all of this is around you. So if you can't pick up a phone and make a phone call because of a person that's been in prison and other women that have not the best track records, which are provable, Clint, then I get, I'm going to have to get a restraining order on you. So you can at least stop with that. The other stuff concerning my computer, things that maybe, and Amy's OnlyFans, which, you guys dissect me, and Clint, you've publicly made it clear that, I mean, you were in the car with me when that weapon was drawn. You called the police. So knowing that you're okay with that narrative and that's going to come back to who had something to do with it, that's going to fall on you. So I wish you a life. That's the best thing that I can say, Clint, because you've done a lot of things provably that I'm going to need because I do need protection from you. You have taken, my social security number. There's selective things that I don't have. I don't know why you definitely don't care about me a bit because you threw Brenda, who you've been, at this point, Clint, I could probably call the witness protection. Kelly lies about it, of course, to get money out of people. And Clint, you do it too. So, yeah, I'm sure mommy's gonna, get you a lawyer and pay for everything like she always does. And you did a pretty good job, Alice. I have the text, and I pretty much thought that you did mean the best, other than the direct threats. So it looks like y'all planned all this stuff out, is what I'm thinking. But the only person that I can confirmably do something legal to, Clint, would be you, because it's been said more than whatever that you're a grown man, and you have surrounded yourself. You've taken my information. You've done things that can never be undone. And when I say that can't be undone, you couldn't even pick up a phone. So it was more important for you to hurt me, to hurt me so bad. Yet it was important for you to get scolded because you were on TikTok. But you're all on TikTok now. So I don't know what else to say. You'll use this. You'll make your money. You'll say, oh my God, Jen, even though Clint's been gone and he's dancing around in a freaking apartment, that has to be pre-recorded. Amzi, the convict. Your channel isn't even legal, Ams. No, your channel isn't legal, Amy and 16 aliases. So that's why you're moving. You don't want to go back to prison. As you continue to double down, like this is like set it off, except you're bigger than Queen Latifah, and there's spoilers in that hydraulic thing, like at the end when she lights that cigarette, when you make that crazy face. That's who you kind of remind me of, except I like Queen Latifah. She's an actor, but with you, that's your life. Oh, there's a bunch of cups. And that's how you sound. Like Terry was right. Your voice, you know. I hope the little ones are okay. I really do. I mean, I've helped you out. I know what your insurance is, and I know that you can't qualify for any type of cannabis card, Amy. You can't. You're a felon. Actually, I think felon has your name next to it because she doesn't care. But you did put me in not so many good situations. So a lot of this actually is not very good. And the person that I entrusted myself to and my little girl has literally been a part of all of this. And he can't pick up a phone to talk about something with a person that he claimed to love. So that's what he chose. So Brenda broke the law. I don't even know Clint, but he definitely broke the law. He doesn't love me. He doesn't care. And with the cop situation, Clint, you did call the cops, but I hope you don't have anything to do with it. It feels like this has been a little bit of a setup, a lot more than I thought. Some family members. I've talked to a few people. I know you guys have reached out to fathers. You guys have sent videos, links of me, make them think that I needed to be put somewhere. That's why Alice wrote that stuff on the bottom of the text to cover herself. But you can't do that because June 10th, oh my dear, and I love you and whatever. Leave me alone. Like honestly, obviously there's things that I definitely need to do to protect my daughter because I made a really, really, really bad mistake. I believed you. Everything good I learned from you. And you don't want anything good for me in life. But you tried to go to TikTok and you put my friend in a bad situation to run your mouth to Brenda, who God knows the stuff And even today, Brenda gave me a text, and she said, "My man," and then she made the the G comment. I mean, I said really bad things to Clint. I did, even though it was lying, but I said really bad things, like the cigarette thing and whatever. And I guess this is something Clint's been doing his whole life. I thought he wanted to break the pattern. He was. I felt bad actually because he was doing better. I just didn't realize he was taking pictures of toilets and stuff like that. I didn't realize how I did try to help him, Angela, and his mom knew that. But the internet shouldn't be told to who can use it and who not. 500 people against one person and what you guys have done to my friends. This is all provable. And you guys only did this because you knew the one thing that was going to bring me tears was Clint. And you guys are right. He did bring me tears because a lot of you, most of you that are in there right now, you guys have told me to get away from him. Who's texting? Oh, I think that's Arthur. John, I didn't want to have to say you were Arthur. I didn't say anything about you. I don't think your verbiage and putting up my recordings and stuff like that and you laughing when you knew what the situation was, you knew how much I love Clint and you're friends with him. And I didn't even like you like that. So, Clint, where did this benefit anything? I know you love Tracy. I'm definitely not like her right here, Clint. That's actually, if you guys really want to think about that, Clint, when you say right here, then you're deeming her mentally. Oh, so you are as bad as everybody else, Clint. Y'all, you guys don't even care about human life. Clint, did you know about the situation with my mom? Did you know about that? Because I just found out about it today. I certainly hope that you did not uh, know about the terms of that. That was my mom, Clint. I included you in my family, Clint. God knows I've had to deal with yours. So it really doesn't bug you who gets hurt, Clint, as long as you cover your butt. So this is like that really weird movie we talked about, except this is worse because we're on YouTube. I don't need attention, Clint. Hanging out with you has brought me enough. And Brenda, you were even saying yesterday what a dirtbag Clint was and how happy. Oh my gosh. So you're one of those selective Christians, Brenda. Well, I don't think that a Christian should be doing anything that you've done when you literally said the most horrible things. And actually, Brenda, so I'm supposed to be homophobic and racist and stuff like that. But Brenda, you just made a comment today about Clint being with another man. That's gross, Brenda. It's not very nice. And with what you've told me about your family member, mental health can be transferred. And I'm not slandering you, Brenda. Wow. So basically, like, if Eileen did record me, let me tell you something, because Eileen's supposed to be the biggest recorder in the world, honestly. Eileen kind of, I just didn't like, I didn't feel like she was as loyal sometimes. But other than that, Eileen, I guess if she recorded me for a whole year, I just wouldn't think that she would because like we've talked about personal things. So, um, yeah. So people don't need to be ever categorizing her as that because I don't even know what about my life. I would have never done this to Clint, and he knows that. I would have never had, wow. Brenda, leave me alone. Please don't bring my name up anymore. All right. You did put me in safety. And slandering Brenna, talking about her intimate stuff, she is a young woman. You slandered her. And you slandered Mikey. You slandered another person. So, Brenda, if Rob knows about all this, maybe you should let him know that I've asked you to quit and you didn't. And then you made a really horrible comment about Clint, who you've been friends with. I don't think, if I know Rob the way that I do, I don't think he would like that. So, yeah, Brenda, please don't mention me again, at least for the weekend. Anybody, any of you, at least give me until Monday when Jules has to go. Kindly on Monday. Jules, you're stupid. I know about your life too, Julie. So, I haven't done anything wrong. The police are very well aware of the situation and they are getting tired of coming out because you guys are deeming somebody something. And Clint, you verifiably. So, I won't miss any of you. I really won't. I won't. Looking back on it, I should have just ignored you, just like what the cops told me to do. Because I'm not going to miss any of you. The only reason that I went live is because Brenda's a 62-year-old woman who clearly, like Clint's mother, just has no damn morals. And I don't like people like that talk about God and say God's going to do this and that. And I lived with a person like that. So I'm learning God. If I like a quote and it's beautiful, that makes me way more religious. Really does. You guys won't stop. I fully am aware of it. You guys will continue to double down. Clint will continue to be in his bad habits as he was with women, actually, that he really did treat better. And he told me that. So, Clint, you were right about that. Um, just quit with the narrative and stuff like that. Okay. Because if we want to bring up the car and everything, Clint, you just recently got your license back. Okay. So, you need to quit with this victiming and bring everybody into it because I don't know. Now I understand the one's parents and stuff went. Legally, if I could do a tell all, like legally, because you were on TV, maybe I would do it. You didn't pay for everything for BeQuote. And the money these people are making right now off of me telling a true story, it's not illegal. What they're doing with what I thought was a little bit of truth, I'm actually terrified of you, Clint, because I'm getting the only way I can even do, I mean, you've ruined my life, every aspect of my life, Clint. Everything that you've told me, said to me, the things that you have privately done to me that only one person has. And you guys may hate that woman and I might be mad at her, but I sent her a picture because I'm glad that I did. I guess this is Clint's best day for clout. And I know different. And there's a lot of stuff going around that people are making a lot of money off of, and I can legally prove that. So, Kelly, you can keep slandering me and whatnot, but this isn't okay. It's not fun. And I'm a person that makes change, and Clint knows that. It's called subliminal. That's what you do when people love each other. So I always did love Clint. Even last night, I posted good things about him, and the money was more important and the control, which was exactly what his ex said, because Mike was right the whole time. He was right the whole time. And Mike's my friend, Angela. Like, we dated years and years and years back. Like, I don't like that narrative that me, Mike, and Vince, like, that's getting slanderous too, Clint. You know that's, I could be, I could debunk that easily.
You don't have to prove anything, Jen. I mean,
I
I've
know
been.
that I don't. I love him. And you know what? I even said, they can say, oh, this is so obsessive. Well, he was the one over on TikTok, and he was the one that completely ruined my life. And you did, Clint. So regarding the car, the only reason that my name was even put on the car, I did your father, your son, who, you know what's going on with him. And now I know you guys just, Clint, you just care about yourself. You literally have done the most horrible things, and you've told me. And money does clear it up, Clint. The money is more important to you. It is. I gave you my credit cards. Your mom knew that.
Well, guys, one thing I will say is that with Clint, just
Every single bit of this is true, and Clint knows it
I just
because
got confused, Jen, and I would like to hear from Clint and hear from his
no, I don't
own.
have anything to say to Clint. I think Clint said enough. I think Clint sent the narrative because at the end of the day, the law is the law. Whether they like me or not, or whether Clint likes me, or clearly he did this for attention and to make money. I did not, I didn't even think him and his mom were as bad. Well, him, I did not. He, I always told him he hated me
Well,
and he
from
would
the
laugh.
messages that you read to me, it seems like Clint is being swayed one
No,
way.
Clint isn't being swayed. He wants, no, I've always stuck up for him. I even did it last night. And he wants that narrative. Wait, what? Here's what he wants, honestly, because I know him like the back of my hand, because I always say checkmate. That's why I knew. What I didn't know is he was actually hanging out with these people doing this stuff. So he's lying to everybody. And he broke laws and violated me and took things of mine. I told you. Clint, well, I think what they wanted me to do was they knew that I loved him. That's what it was. I heard this. So, Jules, there's a reason people don't like you. You hurt people really, really bad. And Jules, honestly, people need to get protection orders against you if they feel like they're being violated. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying to do it, but I know that maybe I need to, because you've told me to do it. So, I mean, if you're telling me, and since you run the internet, then I don't know. I'm sure you'll call 50 times, but Jules, people are going to get sick and tired of that, to be honest with you. So, Angela, no, I don't want to talk to Clint. I want to do things the way that I told you. He knows Nicole. He knows that I don't like jail. Have I done things that could have? Um, if Clint really felt some sort of way, I mean, there were many a times they said, do you want? And Clint would be no. And Clint, that one time, and I have run reports for all this, Clint, and the cops know because they're tired of you doing this stuff. You can't call, and then all of this is so disgusting. Why did he even come to my state? I asked him that. Maybe that's why. Dang, Clint. So it's all for attention, Clint. So all that stuff and everything that I did and me helping you out when you were diagnosed, and that's true, Clint. Try, like, with the hitting of your face, because people, all these people are laughing about it, and I'm telling the truth, Clint. I literally helped you. Your mom helped you. People respected you. They thought you were getting better, and you're a public figure and you're slandering me, and you kind of made me want to be known. So you're literally breaking laws. You have my social security number. So basically, okay, I'll still wear my, I don't know where the other ring is. He probably just threw it away like they told him to. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about Chloe, and he's still, you know, you guys got what you wanted because Brenda is already calling him that name. Jules already knew that he was that way, and Clint just doesn't care. He doesn't. And I kept telling you, Angela, I was like, I really was believing he still cared. Remember how I told you and the other person who was really concerned and really thought that the narrative that Clint and his mom and them were doing, isn't that sad?
Yeah, it's confusing to me.
It is confusing. It's a lot of people, which really none of them, if he would have just called me, I would have pulled off the internet because I knew he didn't want to. Wow.
So I already said she doesn't care about that.
Who said?
You did about Clint.
I don't give two shits about the money. I've done told him and his mom. Why do I care?
Sexual preference.
Just because I like to have nice things doesn't mean that I have to be like Clint and just like get it from his. No, I didn't want to live like that. And then when he said he wanted a big house, I was like, wait a minute. When you got out of jail, which Clint, I got you and Alice, you gave me the money. So then so he had a 45 day for the vehicle because I told you he hasn't had a damn license. Clint, all this stuff is proof. Why would you do this? Because so you're important. Wow. You have literally created a shitstorm. I understand why your mom made that comment about you being 2 years old. And it is true. Even though I don't like his mom, I don't. She scares the absolute crap out of me. I can't believe she's on the internet. This is unreal. But it's understandable now. And I feel good talking about it because it's the truth. Because he's just sat over there like you wrecked my whole life. You really did. Why did you come down? Was this a story? There's other stuff that Amy and people don't know about, and I could have said something, and you gave out every bit of my information. Do you know how bad that is, Clint? For the rest of my life, there are going to be people, and there are videos that, so what about, wait, what about the videos where I told you, Clint, when I would look away? I was fine with this. Did you give those out? There's somebody that's been messaging me. I don't know her. And last night I went through what little, because I can only do this live, Clint. I have to do it a certain way. Cades, who clearly you don't give two craps about, you don't. She's been the one that's had to take care of a lot of this stuff. I worked for that channel, Clint. Okay, so why did you keep me around? Why'd you do that to my friend? You need to retract anything about that. Because I'm not going to let you put my friend's living situation in jeopardy. You know her personally. She's been kind to you. So that's why they get away with it. If you actually look at my record, okay, first off, we're looking at AMC, like America's Most Wanted. And she's still sitting over there acting vanilla. I can expunge it all, and I'm going to move, and Clint, because I've never been obsessive over anybody else in my whole life before. Girl, your charges. That's all I have to say. Your freaking charges. I literally cannot believe I trusted you. And now they trust you. But like, I really trusted you. Amy, you are nuts. You are the most dangerous person ever, and I have proof of it. You really are that lady on Set It Off. You could have well, if you were in prison, why were you so nice to me? Why'd you keep calling me about your personal stuff, bro? Huh. So maybe be given that letter, given the upper thing. They wanted the VIN number. So maybe Clint cared about me with at least that, about the weapon. Thanks, Clint. I spared you my life and knew everything about it, but hmm, I don't, yeah, I think legally, in my opinion, because they're going to slander the shit out of me, but yeah. Angela, do you read?
Hey, sorry about that.
Do you
What?
read?
I had to
Do
run
you,
outside. My cat was getting attacked.
do you read?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know about your story. They've made money off of your story. So let me ask you this. Let's just say, because I can have a dream, and if it's provable, let me ask you this.
Mhm.
Um, let's say you and I met in person. Obviously, we would make sure safely in a public place because of what happened to me. I mean, I was just taking Clint to work, and clearly he didn't care about any of this. Um, so let's say, because I don't have a bad record or anything like that. So I could contact an author if I wanted to and pitch an idea as long as Clint, and there's nothing wrong with him and his mom and everything like that, since they've slandered me and Clint's done some really bad things and would. So let's say I wrote a book, a tell all. You know me personally. In real life, we don't break any laws. You're not breaking any laws. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm sitting here on my bed smoking a cigarette. I don't think that deems it. I mean, look, if Amzi's sitting over there and we're talking America's Most Wanted, taking just a 100-year-old's identity just to get 4 cell phones and address changes like 300 times, surely you and I can sit here on a live and discuss things, right? Because what they're doing is legal, right? Because I'm not getting any phone calls from Clint even acknowledging that, hey, I probably may have done something wrong, because he knows better. He does. He knows better. I've been around him. It's not like I can't show proof. I have texts. Everything that he did over on TikTok, I screenshot everything because I know that he records. And I'm finding out day by day more of what Clint has done. So, yeah. Um, okay, Clint, here's what's going to happen with the car. I think reasonably, okay? Since you've pretty much ruined my whole life, you've distributed all of my information, my social security number. You're hanging out with you've been writing Amy, and I think that you and your mom know because your mom does background checks. So you guys knew what Amy was about, and your mom said that I was jealous of Amy. What am I jealous of Amy about? Am I jealous of Amy because she's a felon and my only charge is legally Marianne's registry? And I wish I could have my dad confirm, but my dad's dead. And I guess Clint thinks it's even funnier because his funeral was horrible and Clint was there. And I was just like, I thought he was there for my mom. He was wonderful. He was amazing. He lied and he thinks that's okay. But I guess I should know that. Because Angela, we were talking about my mom today, remember? and we had a really good moment.
Mhm.
And I don't give a shit what these people think. Just don't pay attention, because that's why you and I have great conversations. I've never lied to you, have I?
No.
And see, this is good content. We're having a good time. We're not doing anything that's against the law. I'm not worried whatsoever. I feel great. Just like if a cop were to come here, it would be the same thing that happened 2 days ago. So, Clint, you have, in a sense, you have ruined my life. I mean, I can absolutely say I'm a victim to you, Clint. And I definitely know the one before was, because it's not right for what do you guys say? Hardcore D's. She hates our hardcore D's. They called her the prostitute. That's what they called her. And Clint would always say, "Oh, well, the reason that I care about you so much is because you're actually smart." And he is smart too. I mean, he fooled me. I really thought he cared. So I think maybe he was just like from the beginning, like I told you, I said he doesn't like somebody else getting more attention. And with the last one, she did. And there was a lot of deep secrets. Um, well, one that his mom lied about. There's never any divorce.
I'm not
I
real
wouldn't
convinced
have judged
that
her for that.
somebody saying you need jail, but look at all the other people
Oh,
that.
yeah. What they're saying actually is against the law. They can't do that. Look at where they're sitting right now. Actually, um, I'm not worried about what they say. They can keep slandering. I'm not doing anything wrong or illegal. Because if somebody were to come, I'd be like, oh, I need to pull back. I haven't done anything wrong. And then I would just show them with my phone, just like I did with Jules. That's why CPS already knows that these people are a problem. That's why I don't worry so much. I don't. The only thing I worry about is, well, Clint clearly knew about it. So you guys can do whatever you want. You can't tell me that I need to go to jail with Amy as your friend. And you guys probably didn't even know about this and y'all hated her and were scared of her. So the fact that you're doing this is so atrocious to me. I never want to be caged. Jail scares the shit out of me. There was one time I was scared, you know, I was being loud. We were actually going to go see my mom, and they were there because, I mean, they've been abused because Clint lied. None of this would have happened if he would have come down here, honestly. And none of it would have ever happened because I did already, and Clint can tell you, I did not watch the show, and his mom knew that. I didn't. I saw it like one time before I saw Clinton, and um, and I can talk about this because it's the truth. My mom actually, we were not speaking. We were having some issues, and the reason they're coming in here is because I'm telling the truth. So don't pay attention to them, Angela. They're not worth it. I'm a caring person. He had fun doing TikToks.
Who's
And he was starting to get better. He really was. He was actually, one time we went to therapy, and he actually not so
What
much
are you
stood
coming
up.
to Ohio for, Catherine K?
Catherine and I know exactly who you are. I don't know. Just ignore her. She's stupid.
No, I'm just
Everything.
confused as to why
Listen, they listen. They don't care. Look at what they're risking in life. Look at my life right now, how it is, and every single thing in my life, down to Mia and Chloe. You have no idea. Had I've known 3 years of my life is wasted. I don't care about these people. The ones that have been nice to me and kind. Yeah. Clint, I mean, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. I know what the story is. I know what the proof is. And I know definitely what I have to do. You're going to be fine. You will. I don't think Amy, I mean, honestly, I can't say anything about Amy with everything that's happened and knowing that Clint knew about it. That scares the shit out of me. But also, there's a part of me too, and I can say this myself because honestly, this is a very horrible, horrible lesson. And I'm never, Angela, I am never getting in a relationship again because my feelings, Clint Brady doesn't control that. You know, he can sit around and do, you know, after we get everything tied to where I never have to talk to him again, honestly, because no. Mm-mm. And I like YouTube. I used to like going on YouTube, and now I can't do anything because of Clint. So I don't even know why. I remember he got me the laptop,
You have
and
the
I was
right
so,
to be just like everyone else, Jen. And I don't know
oh
why
God,
people.
all I want when I got the laptop, he bought Cadence stuff for Christmas. There was no reason for me to think. Like I said, every time I mean, even when the situation happened and the officer came in, I said, is he okay? Because I thought that I could get in trouble. Clint knows this. It's not like it's not verifiable. So no wonder, I mean, when I legally pulled something about his family, I was like, oh my damn God. And that's when I did the live and took the sweatshirt off because that's when I knew. I was like, every single bit of it was a lie. And I I just wish I would have not seen him on the couch that day because then everything in my life would have been completely different. I would have made more boundaries with my kids. Um, because had I done that, no matter what they think, it would have been different. I found a journal. Um, yeah, I would have done things like I always did. So really, I don't, hmm, I think I can walk away from all of this and stuff like that and know that I'm a good person. And I do like, you know, I like flirting. I can do flirting and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me. It's these idiots that are so damn jealous. Like, I, if I can look at all of this and be 100%, meaning what Ann said for $200, okay, I can pay $200 and I can do it just with Angela. But Angela, do you find me to lie to you? Like, if you think I've ever lied to you, please tell me.
No, I don't.
Okay, so do you think Clint's lying? Just your own opinion, because you give your own opinion, which is why you're up here getting this stuff from these weirdo women, dude. Like, I could not do this. Do, do you, do you think I'm telling the truth about all this, Angela? For real? Be
I
honest. We're on a live. They're hanging on to my every word.
I mean, from the way you put everything, yeah. I mean, I don't. You have no reason to lie.
Do you
But that,
feel safe? I mean, did you get a decent night's sleep? You said that you did last night.
mhm.
Because me and another person that is far more loyal, a life changer ever was. You know, he gives you hope, even if you think it's going to be dismal. And yeah, he was right. Do what I need to do and go on. Maybe that's why people do stuff like this. It's called cyberbullying. That's what it is. And Clint was bullied. So I think that that's really horrible because I can say specifically things that he was bullied about. So we're being deemed insane. I don't even want to go in. Okay. So he can, he, so
So I
basically
mean, he
this
was
was a
doing
huge,
everything.
no, I'm just saying allegedly, this is what I think. Um, I got caught up in this, honestly, but I did learn about the anger thing, which is why I have an appointment because even with the intake. And that was what Alice said in the text. You don't do anything. You don't do anything. Clint is over there and he's been talking to Brenda. Like every single aspect of my life. And there's things about him and his family that I still could say. And I wouldn't even do that because it wouldn't even be okay. So he took every aspect of my life and thinks because he gets out of stuff. So basically, this has just been a damn shit show. So I hate John Wolf. I really do. I hate him. But I mean, honestly, that's how he was looking at it realistically. He knew that I had feelings for Clint. So, I mean, I guess in some way he knows I'm a good person and knew that Clint is how he is. Okay. And that's why I told everybody, John Wolf, I stuck up for you. You text me today. Why are you talking whatever? Why do you think you're putting a Angela, everything's going to be fine. Okay. They're acting this way because they're losing their power. They hate me because they want to make money off of me. Clint, maybe Clint was bored and just came up. But like the whole league, yeah, Clint, we probably do need to talk. And yeah, because I have no way to get in. So this was all planned, honestly, down to the car and everything like that. But that morning, dang. So this has probably been going on since he's been down. And somebody said that to me. Actually, two people said it. So everything was planned.
I'm not with team anyone. I'm not involved in any of that stuff
There is
anymore.
no team. She's an individual that's being bullied.
I didn't
This
write
is not
it,
team.
I don't want
This
to
is
do
life.
something like that.
Hold on, Angela. How dare any of you come in here deeming whatever? Maria, the stuff that you have done, and here I was thinking, oh, she really loves her job. She really loves her job. Yeah, I understand why people call Maria. The last time I talked to you, we were good. I showed you the stuff with my mouth and what I was going to have to do because of Clint. You were agreeing that Clint, wow, y'all just do anything to save your ass. I hope YouTube gets shut down, honestly. I think that it can, especially with this stuff with Clint and stuff like that. Like, I have no identity whatsoever. I mean, that's the truth. He has my social security number. And Amy, being the true saint that she is, she's never been to prison a day in her life. I mean, it's completely normal that Amy thinks that she's not getting it because Amy doesn't care. Look at all the shit. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Let's get into Jen's computer. I know I can scare Clint. That's exactly what she's doing. She scares people. That's why I knew that. That I did know. He could not stand her, dude. For real. I just didn't know he was doing. Ugh. Wow. Angela, I see as I keep talking and I just keep reliving everything that every single bit of it is a lie. Like he came down here for personal gain.
Yeah.
And with the previous two, what did you gain out of that? He was on a show. He's the same person that came down here, except he's really mean this time. When he came down, he was at least nice to me. I wouldn't stay the night, but when he started being nice to me, then I came over. I have texts. Like he did the interviews with Katie Joy. He was a jackass. So he literally just came down to be a dickwad. And I can say that legally, Clint. You came down, so you're enjoying every single bit of this right now because you have nothing holding you back, Clint. Like at some point in time, as much as I don't want to look at you because I'm thinking about everything, like Angela, I would, oh my God. And I told him, remember I was crying yesterday, really thinking that Clint, like, and no wonder everybody, like, even the cops said, he's like, he's a grown man. Like, no wonder people were looking at me like that.
Yeah, I mean, adults just have to make their own choices. And
Oh, no, no, no. No, Angela, this is bad. It's really bad. Like, honestly, like, I probably need to get off of, whatever, because like, honestly, all of this and just thinking about my family and whatnot, like, I need to speak with somebody, not even legal, but I, wow, Clint, all over. You couldn't make a
well, the
phone
reason
call.
why
And
she's really like this is because he refuses to talk to her and she's just
then he
confused.
can go, you know what? Because you know what's going to happen? I guess he's comfortable being where he's had to be being bailed out. And now I wish I would have never got the psychiatrist because the only reason that, so he used me and his mom used me clearly.
Oh my gosh.
She wants somebody to take care of him because she doesn't want him in Hobbs. She's always said that. And he doesn't want to go back to Hobbs because people treated him like crap. And now I know why.
And you do have those text messages to prove
Fuck
that.
yeah, I do. Yes, I do. I talked to somebody today that I've talked to three people actually that were very much aware of everything that was going on. I just was very skeptical about it because I'm absolutely floored. Chloe did not deserve this. He's got Chloe's liver medication. He left me with nothing. I was scared crapless. You can't do that stuff, Clint. You cannot go through life because your mom pays for stuff for you to get you out of stuff, especially the store incident with the safe. She already covered that on Dom Notty, Clint. So you really don't care. You'll just do whatever you want to do. You're not scared of Amy. I mean, I'm scared of Amy because I just found out shit. When I found out she was never married, I was like, what? So I'm actually thinking about everything she's done. And I'm like, this chick knows everything about me. And she does. I can't get on my laptop. I had to destroy the channel. Why did why did he even buy me the laptop? I don't get that, man. I was so appreciative of it. And he goes, and I always felt like he wasn't good enough. And I always try to chant to him. I'd be like, I love Jen. Well, he would say that, but he never could say that he loved himself. So this all of this, all of these people have been doing this for money. They weren't even legally thinking what they were doing was wrong because they had all of this planned out to make me look. If I would have known about every single bit of this, I mean, honestly, I just reached out to him because he was going through something with Tracy. We talked for 3 months. And I often told him, I said, who was that guy on the phone? So he catfished me. I said this to him.
Who catfished you?
Clint did.
How?
Because I would have never talked to him for 3 months. There was no reason for me not to trust him because I was with somebody for 17 years on and off, and I deeply love this guy. And I was having issues with my mom, and I walked by because I usually watch Mama June. So it's just like a habit. And I look over and I see this kid crying on the couch, and I felt really, really bad. So I've already told this story. What a horrible thing you did, Clint. I felt really bad for you. Oh my God. Angela, I'm going to jump off here. This
Um,
is so sad because you know what? If I sat here and said, that I didn't want to talk to him, that I would like to talk to him and just say, why did you do this? Like, I had money. Like, why did
I
you,
agree
like,
with
are
you.
you
I would like
really this type of person? So now I'm going to have to look at him and more stuff is going to be like, I already contacted the one lady and told her not to print anything out about me, but it's actually a dude.
I'm
I
not
said,
using
please,
that for
because I didn't want
criticism.
anything
I
else
would
out
never
about me.
like that doodlebug.
That
I
is my
would
daughter's
never.
nickname. Don't, people like that don't change. The only way that they're going to change is, unfortunately, everything about my life has been exposed. And then evidence, like he just doesn't care. Everybody was right. Not nothing.
I just think that maybe they should have like a third party or
No,
bully.
I don't need a third party with him. He's not scared of me at all. That's why I was like, I kept telling you, I said,
Well, I mean,
Clint,
that's the excuse everybody's giving. So I'm just thinking that maybe if
oh,
anyone,
whatever. Clint knows differently. He knows where all this is going to go. And these people, they're not going to matter. They're going to either continue to do this or TOS is
secret
somebody's going to get through to
has done
TOS.
more for me than anyone has been. And if she asks me a favor, I'm going to do it for her. If she just wants to
So you
use me,
guys can continue to look stupid because
right.
right now all she wants to do is make a difference in life against people with you. And that's why I do this, because I want people to know. And you know what? Honestly, I could care. I mean, I know what I need to do, but I don't care about any of those people, Angela. I don't, because they so freely do it. It makes you think, even if you go outside. And what really hit me was when Clint, because Mia jumped out, I thought he was really scared. I know I was. Now I'm like, oh, it was and he even knew. I said, Clint, I was like, he knew what this, because it was my mom's death anniversary. And I'm like, no, they wouldn't do anything like that. So I was like, I was shocked. I called my friend's husband. So hopefully I do find out who's behind that, because that was the plate number that I gave. So maybe if whoever's, I mean, it may have been a random. It could have been a random. Then I'm glad that he called the cops, even though he doesn't give two craps about me. But I mean, if it was something else, then yeah, I'm not worried about him being with women
She
or
hopes
anything like that.
like she doesn't say anything bad about him when we talk.
No, I'm not slandering him. I'm telling the truth. Actually, what he's doing is 10 times worse. And his mom's a paralegal, so I'm it's got to be the money. It's the money. It isn't his mom, because she drives him nuts, Clint, and that's the truth. But he loves her. He loves the crap out of her. He's just always wanted her to talk to him nicely.
I believe is not innocent in this either, you guys. There's things that we don't
Don't
know.
pay attention to them, dude. Why do
Well,
you
I'm just
care
trying
what
to
they think?
comfort you. You guys were both wrong in the relationship at
You
times.
guys can listen. You guys cannot just sit and think out of your mouth, after all the stuff you guys have done, down to the stepmom, down to my kid, that you have any right to sit here and say, "Oh, Jen needs to go to jail." Yeah, because you think that if I wasn't cuffed or whatever, that I would not produce a lawyer and be like, "Hey, take my phone." Please, please, Clint. This is why. Because you know why? Because he always told me that he left Tracy because she was
Okay.
getting too comfortable with being disrespectful to him. And you know what? That bit me in the ass, because he became comfortable doing what he was doing to me. So all of this, wow. Y'all need to leave my family alone. Not even kidding, because that's all. Clint, um,
I've seen what Raken says, and I know she's absolutely right.
Raken
I
does
know what
hacking.
that's
She's
like.
been a problem in the community before. Raken,
Every day.
shut up. You've already pulled that with me. You did that number of how many joules and whatever. And Raken, there's articles about you. So just shut up and get out. She doesn't care about the law either. And look at Amy, dude. Like, I never, swear to God, would have known. I would have never. I lost so many friends over that dumbass. and to know Clint was involved in all this, that's dangerous. And my life is just as important as
I
Clint's.
had to
He's
have
not
a
going to
third
sit on,
party go to
yeah,
sleep many
no,
times.
I don't need it. Listen, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go anywhere, whatever. I mean, if he calls and says, hey, I don't want to get in trouble for anything or whatnot, I'll be like, hey, okay, we need to talk about this, but I'm not dealing with your mom.
I'm not letting Jen slander anybody
No,
or
I'm not slandering anybody.
yeah.
You guys have done nothing but slander me. Clint is the reason for all this. So you guys can go in there when you get in trouble for this. If you do, you can blame him. This is his fault. He should have shut it down. Because usually he'll scream, crybaby to his mom. She'll put something in motion. If Jen does this, then she'll leave it alone. That's why all of this. Okay, I figured it out. Angela, let's end this. But yeah, don't sit there and be like, oh, you're falling into the narrative. Clint ain't scared. The only thing that Clint's scared about is he's probably going to get yelled at by Amy and Miss Alice. And Kendall is probably like, oh my damn God. That's it. Clint should be, wow. I'm not worried about him freaking calling me. I'm not scared of him.
Bacon shouldn't be blocked. I didn't like
Actually, Raken could be a part of this because she's a hacker.
on my channel to speak their opinion as long as they're not.
If you guys do anything to this woman's channel, I swear to God, I will bring every single bit of this up. Angela, let's listen. They're not going to do anything. They can't do anything legal to you. Clint can verify this because he's watched this whole shit show. I guess it was for his entertainment, just to hurt people. Because he can make a phone call. Clint does whatever the hell he wants.
That's going on with what was just done to me over the last month.
No, you don't. No. We haven't done anything wrong. Actually, we're doing the best thing. Clint can continue with the narrative. I can't give her a call or whatever. No, Clint, it's over.
And to let people speak their mind and give
their opinion. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to scare because they know I'm going to tell the truth, and that's why. If I wasn't important to them, they would treat me like Carrie Ann or something like that. That's why they go after Amber and whatever. It's the same thing. That's why Clint hates Amber. He actually doesn't like Dee either. That's the truth. That whether he played into all this narrative, he didn't like any of them.
If any of you wanted a panel to speak on,
you don't get that option in here. No, you don't tell her what to do with their own channel. Look at what Clint's doing over there on somebody else's channel. You want to act a fool? You go over there and act a fool with him. Are you kidding me? Like, you think that you guys have the right to say that I'm crazy? Yeah. The police know what's going on, bro. And Clint, you know that. Angela, yeah, I'm going to talk to Mike. Because there's a lot of stuff that Mike isn't even aware of. So you were going to, Mike never even did anything to anybody. They just, did all this to frickin' get paid. That's what it was.
How is
and
Mike
I really thought that Clint was being held hostage. I really did. So no wonder the frickin' cops thought I was an idiot. Clint, you're so dumb. If that's the biggest slanderous thing I've ever said, I think with him distributing everything out of my phone, my whole life is going to be completely changed. I'm gonna have more. Oh my God. He will screw your whole life up. I should have been like the last one and just left and did whatever I wanted. I just thought
Hugh about the police sending the videos. I'm just curious.
Oh, I know. They can do that. The police already know about the videos. That's already been spoke about.
Yeah.
You know what the police are mad about? Seriously? They wanted me to get orders against him and his mom. And I knew Clint, because he was going in using my friends, he was watching me. So I really thought that when stuff was being taken away, but then when I saw the text that he put, I'm like, you're talking about the car? Bro, the only reason I got that car put in my name, Clint, is because you just got your license back, bro. 2 months ago. You got that thing with Cameron, who you called your son, because he always smoked your cigarettes, which I ended up liking, actually, because they burn faster. Clint, I'm telling every bit the truth, and you're allowing people to attack me. Now you wanted the truth. You wanted to be known, Clint. So that's the truth. And there's much more. And nobody needs to get a third party. I am not scared of him. He's more scared of what's happening right now because you know what, I'll bet you that last TikTok that he did, he had to be out on the 31st, right? I didn't go over there because
I'm
I
not
already
speaking.
knew that.
Okay, I'm just letting her
No, no,
talk.
no. They're trying. I already knew that Cooch, all the
Trust me.
locals were going to be over there to help him move, right? And then his mom's there, and Clint's loving it, and blah blah blah, and not even thinking. Okay, so where's my engagement ring then? Because you worked really hard for that. That was $147, and I was looking for that, Clint. Because that wedding band, it must have got real bad because I asked him, I said, why'd you take your band off? Because Clint never would take that wedding band off. And I have the other band. And I said, well, where's my engagement ring, Mike? There's a lot of stuff that I still needed. So
The question
no
did
wonder they were looking at me like I was stupid. There was no, I really thought, Clint, damn, Clint, where is my stuff? Where's my easy bake oven actually?
hear from Clint and hear his
No, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, so dang, you guys are okay. I figured this all out, but I'm starting to wonder about y'all. Does your families know you do this? Because my family is not happy with me. Because I pretty much figured that this little debacle that I told you, Angela, I said, you know what? I know how he is, you know, because this time was bad. I said at the end of the day, Clint's just going to do what he wants to do because he didn't put a protection order. There was no reason to. So basically, he's just.
So at this point, it's all slander then, right? With
Oh, I mean, he's done worse. I mean, when I say he's ruined my life, he's absolutely ruined my life. I mean, there's stuff that I have to get changed because of him. And do I think he could do this to somebody else? Yeah, if he did it to me, because I truly thought that man loved me. I'm not going to go into my personal stuff that he knows about all the way down. Oh man, Clint. My doctors, everything, man. He went with me to my appointment that day. I put him down on all of my stuff.
can anyone in the chat get a hold of Clint and see if maybe he wants to come on panel?
No, I'm not talking to Clint on a panel. I am done with being no. You know how hard it's been dating him anyway? He didn't that's the thing. He was getting agitated with me because I said something about the Hobbs thing. And then I understood and I told him, I told him I was sorry. We were supposed to, I did tell him that I would go to Mason. He knew that it was really far out, but I knew that he was really stressed out with his mom and work and everything. And I said, well, Clint, I'll go out to Mason. That's fine. And he was looking at homes in Zillow. I just said, are you sure you want to get a house? Because we never wanted to get a house just because the maintenance and everything.
I would like to hear from Clint and see what he has to say.
No, Clint, you don't get to hurt my family and lie on me anymore, bro. You should not be doing this at all. This is very no, it's repetitive. I just had to find out to embarrass myself for everybody to hear this. But you know what? I'll come back. This isn't going to stop me from my life. He's not going to stop me from my life. I will never be with anyone again. I'll flirt. He'll hate. No, he won't hate it. This was, I don't even know.
Jen
but yeah, people
she needs help and she is seeking help right now,
don't
guys.
talk to them. Don't talk to them. Clint, I'll tell you what, buddy, because this is about the most legal I can be because Clint, you've done some really, really crappy stuff. If you would like to get this figured out or you want to have to go to this other thing, because Clint, I have to change everything about my life because clearly I've been with you for 3 years and God knows what is out there and whatever. And legally there is stuff that I don't want out that you put out. And I mean it. I'm not doing this anymore online. I am going to stay in IG. I'm going to do my crafting like Mother Teresa. And that's what I wanted to do and do my TikToks. I really thought he loved me because he went in underneath my friends, whatever, and he could have hurt my friend's son. And he knew that. So yeah, Clint, if you would like to talk about this, because he's being extra. I always said that to him. I was like, God, you are so theatrical. Like if you barely like touch him, he'll be like, you are physically assaulting me. And I was like, oh my God. Except he was physically Clint. Wow. All right. Clint, listen, cut this YouTube stuff. It's not funny anymore. Um, you I'm assuming, knowing his mom and how Clint is, that it's probably going to have to go the other way. But if he actually wants to call, there's nothing prohibiting him to. That's why the cops are so agitated with him and his mom. I just didn't think his mom would go on YouTube. But yeah, let's hop off here. Clint, seriously, Clint, you're seriously being an Evelyn. You know that. Smooge, you were coming in subliminally, Clint. Smooge's kiss, Clint. Stop it. He is being so theatrical right now. And these idiots down here, it's actually laughable because it's like, they're so dumb. Like, I could not live my life talking like that. Oh my God. He has made me out to be a freaking idiot to everybody. And it's like, dude, this is not, no. Mm-mm. Clint,
Catherine,
stop
no,
being no, don't listen. No, I don't care what these people think. They don't control my life. And if he hears it, he hears it. If he doesn't hear it, I have a few phone calls to make because clearly he wants to double down and whatnot. I don't want him doing this to somebody else because he really damaged me and my family. I mean, I really thought yesterday when, especially my friend's account, but what really got me that Clint didn't care was what I saw that he had said about the car. I was like, wow.
Frozen Box, do you
And
talk
that's
to
when I
him?
did the live.
You keep speaking for him. I'm just curious.
He's used to this happening. Whenever he gets in trouble and he takes things too far, he goes to his mom. I just didn't think his mom would do something this bad. I didn't think she would break a law over it. I feel bad for Kendall because she runs everything. She'll do whatever she wants to do. And Alice, I know stuff that we've talked about on the phone, and you're weird, man.
Jen knows that Alice has been.
Oh, yeah, I know everything. She is a paralegal. She didn't want me and Clint online. She made me and Clint miserable because she texts like 50 million times a day. You could never please that woman. So when I saw her over on Muscles, I was like, what in the hell is this woman doing? I was like, but yeah, she'll do whatever. When she gets mad at somebody and she's done with them, she's done. She doesn't care because yes, wow.
But Sammy, chat, Alice can say that about herself, but she cannot speak for Clint. He's a grown man.
Yeah, Alice is, I think that Alice needs to stop right now because what she's done is not a good look for her. There's a reason why, Pinterest, Alice, you don't leave anybody alone over Clint. That's why he never calls you, bro. And you know that. I've told you 50 million times. You had to take this to YouTube for me to tell the truth. Clint, you need to stop this right now. You need to tell your mom to shut this down and we need to talk. Not like, just give me a call. I don't need the theatrics, your mom or Amzie or whatever. Clint, Amzie scares the shit out of you, bro. I know that. That's why I kind of felt bad for you. Angela, let's close this down. I don't need anybody else speaking for Clint. Clint knows he can call.
Okay.
Nothing's going to. No, he scared me way worse than he's ever scared friggin'. Are you kidding me?
Frozen Box, if she could prove that she's.
Oh, no, I can definitely prove it, and he knows that. He knows me. I'm not going to put up with that. No, he knows me. He knows I have an aunt, and he knows. Well, I won't go to my regular lawyer, but he knows who I'll go to because they don't like him either. So, all right, Clint, if you want to call, you can call. If you don't, like, I would just like some validity. Like, oh, he is the devil. I've told him that so many times. I just felt bad. He didn't want me to leave. And these people keep lying. And I'm just like, Clint, I just felt like he wanted to move to Mason. I was like, for him, I made a really big, I just said, get a ranch house. So he was looking at Zillow. I can tell you what he was wearing. We have a routine every night. Why can't he tell the truth? I don't understand this. But Clint, if you want to, like,
Guys, come on. Obviously, Jenna's her
don't pay attention because all this right now, this is
that
being recorded.
alien. Please, someone block that person.
Okay, let's go ahead and get off because I don't want you looking at the chat. These people are the reason that Clint does this stuff. They give the attention to, and Clint knows this. He went through this with Love After Lockup. That's why he didn't want to be known for being on there. That's why, wow. Angela, let's get off here. They've gotten enough attention. We haven't done anything illegal. Clint has. Clint's done a lot. And that's it. We'll just leave it at that because if he wants to call, he can call. If he doesn't want to call, he doesn't have to. That's it. Angela, let's go ahead and end it, please.
Okay.
This is sickening, Clint. So he's acting like he's, oh my God, Clint. Hey, just end the live. I want to talk to you.